Welcome back to Johnny Reads in Top 5 Wednesday. Today's topic is favorite books outside of your comfort zone. Now, the one thing I want to say before I get into my 5 books is that I hate when people use favorite and best, because to me, my favorite books are not necessarily the best books that I've read. And so the 5 books I'm going to show you today are the best books outside my comfort zone, which I'm going to say is mystery. First is going to be Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, obviously. The Hunger Games is my favorite series. I'm not going to say it's the best series I've ever read, but it's easily the best book in the series, and I thought it was pretty far ahead of both the first one and the third one. Next up is going to be Moneyball by Michael Lewis. Easily the best baseball book I've ever read. Haven't really read too many baseball books or even sports books, even though I'm a real big sports guy. But this book, I wanted to read it after I saw the movie, and the movie was great. I mean, Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, everybody in there. It deserved all the Academy Award nominations that it got. But the book is just so much better. The book's always better. Next up will be Dracula by Bram Stoker. I read it a few years ago now when I was in high school. So you're looking at maybe 2009, 2010, something like that. And it is, even with the hundreds of books that I've read since then, it is still one of the best books that I've ever read. And there's so many things that I can tell you about it, but if you haven't read Dracula, then you need to. There is no vampire book written today, written in the future, that will eclipse this one. It is just that good. And this is actually in order, so the second best book outside my comfort zone that I've ever read is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Everybody knows this story. Atticus Finch, one of the greatest literary characters ever written. I actually did my entire Top 5 Wednesday on dads, on Atticus Finch, because he's so much better than any dad I've ever read in any book. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, supporting character, main character, protagonist, antagonist, whatever. Atticus Finch is simply above just about anybody else you can think of when it comes to literature. And this book, it's hard to get much better than this. The best book outside my comfort zone and the best book I've ever read, period, is still, and it will be for some time, Lone Survivor by Marcus Luttrell. I can't tell you how good this book is. You just have to read it. There's so many different things. Family, faith, brotherhood, just so many things that are addressed in this book. And sure, it's history and historical, but it goes beyond that. And you just get to know some of the men that Marcus Luttrell knew. And it really opens your eyes into some of the things that our military face on a day-to-day basis. It's Lone Survivor. Best book I've ever read outside my comfort zone. That's all I have for you today. Tell me first if there's a distinction for you, whether books are your favorite versus the best books that you've read, because to me there definitely is. But tell me also 5 books on your list of the best books outside your comfort zone. And honestly, what's your comfort zone? Mine's mystery. I'll see you next time.